welcome back to Strange Things Emporium's page. So I actually have Karrie Blackburn here from Kurrent Motion, and we're talking about hula hoops today and the differences between them. So right now we actually have a PVC as well as a polypro hula hoop. So the differences and explanations as to depending on your skill and how you want to do this. Also the care for them, because I see that a lot, that people don't know how to care for them properly. Both of us make and sell hula hoops, and I've gotten, oh, my polypro melted, or my polypro warped, or my PVC especially melted, and how to care for that. So right now we're going to talk about the differences between the two.
Yeah, so what I have here is an adult beginner hoop. So a lot of adults believe they can't hula hoop, and it's because they're using kid-size hoops. So the bigger the hoop, the slower it moves, giving you more time to find that rhythm. To size yourself for a hoop, you want it to come to at least your belly button or larger. Bigger, better. Having a small hoop means the revolutions will be a lot faster, giving you less time to find that rhythm. This hoop here is for more advanced hoopers, so once you're comfortable waist hula hooping and wanting to explore more of the off-body movements, having a polypro will be a lot smoother, a lot lighter, easier to manipulate, and
less flexibility.
Yeah, and basically if you hit yourself in the head with it, it doesn't hurt so much. So this one here is a size 34 inch. This is my practice play hoop, and it's great for on-body as well as off-body movements.
Okay, so another thing I want to talk about, where she was talking about the flex and bend. So this one, depending on the PSI of the PVC, but as you notice, it's jiggling up and down. So there are, I know personally I like a lighter 100 PSI, 75 to 100, where it's like I can bend and flex it however I want. I find that's great for if I'm doing leg up and then I do a kickback, so I do reverse legs and stuff like that. Which is very complicated, people. Let me tell you, you will fall on your face the first couple times. But I find that the flex and bend for it is great because then it gives your foot a little bit more motion to push it back, this and that. Whereas the polypros, okay, so they're a lot more firmer, a lot more harder.
Yeah, and actually even with the thickness of the tubing. This one here is a 3/4 inch inner diameter or a 1 inch outer diameter, whereas this one here is a 5/8 outer diameter. And so it has a little bit more spring and bounce to it than thicker tubing. But the thicker tubing, again, a lot more dense. So if you're wanting to do any direction changes, you're going to feel it. It's going to have a little bit more oomph behind it. The springiness can definitely work really nicely for doing like bowing moves where you want to like shoot the hoop kind of thing. Yeah, and go ahead, sorry.
And also another thing that a lot of people have problems with, which I've noticed, is again storing. So we were going to talk about the storing of the hula hoop. Keep them away from warm places. If you're going to a music festival, don't keep them in your car all weekend, especially the PVC ones. Now I have seen it where people are coming back to me and their hoops are like together and touching and they won't spring back. Oh, there's something wrong with my hoop. Yeah, you left it in the sunlight too long, it can melt, it can warp. If you're traveling, the polypros are usually a bit better than the PVCs. They get less warping, less heating.
Yeah, absolutely. So keeping it in a hot car, or even on the flip side, keeping it in cold places can cause the plastic to crack. Especially if you have the coilable style polypro hoops. The plastic can get very fragile, and depending on what color the tubing is, or if it's taped or not taped, having it be really cold before you go to use it, it'll fracture. It's definitely, you know, it's not a super duper hoop. It's just a plastic ring at the end of the day. But
I made that mistake yesterday. So, whoops.
Yeah, whoops is right. So definitely waiting for your hoop to either warm up if it's cold outside before you open it or collapse it. And as far as it being on a hot day, don't store it in your car. That's just cruel and unusual. Don't do it to your cats, dogs, children.
Or hula hoops. Yeah. Or any circus product. So, now that we have you in store today, what we're going to do is have you do a little bit of a demonstration here.
Sure, absolutely.
All of these out of the way, so we give you some floor room. So here she is, Miss Karrie Blackburn.
So again, starting with a bigger hoop. Bigger the hoop, slower it moves. Now, a lot of people tend to start really low and thinking that's where the hoop should sit, and it does sit there ultimately, but by starting up a little bit higher, this gives you more time to find that rhythm. And you want to focus on keeping your hoop nice and flat. If there's an initial tilt, it's just going to wobble right down. So starting nice and flat, giving it a good fast push, and moving either side to side. You only need to hit the hoop in 2 points. So with my feet in this side to side stance, I move side to side. If you find that you're naturally trying to move forward and backwards, you have very little balance in this stance. So if you place 1 foot forward, in this case I was hula hooping to my left, so I'll place my left foot forward. But if you hula hoop to your right, place your right foot forward. Again, starting the same way with the hoop nice and high, give it a fast push and rock front to back. Your feet in this stance gives you kind of a tripod effect. It gives you the most balance for this movement. And rocking front to back, the points of impact will be on your tummy and on your lower back. As you get more comfortable with this, you can throw in some challenges, turning inside the hoop. Turning the same direction is a lot easier than turning the opposite way. I'm still bad at that one.
I got that one.
Yeah. And also practice it the opposite direction. It's going to feel strange at first. It's kind of like brushing your teeth with your opposite hand. There's almost no good reason to do it, except it's a great practice in willpower. And also it's engaging the other muscles, like the opposite muscles than what you'd be most commonly using. It also does wonders for your brain. Just keeping your mind sharp, helping with your reflexes, and just giving you a new challenge to explore. Again, try turning that way as well. So that's really the basics and fundamentals of waist hula hooping. Happy hooping.
All right, so now back to straight.
Yeah.
So another thing that Karrie was talking about with the waist hooping, this is one of the reasons why you want to learn both ways. So switching, changing it, because now I don't know which way I'm going anymore, which looks great for performing, especially when you get better. So you can just do both sides, this and that. Also, a random fun fact, 1 hour of hula hooping just on the waist alone, you can burn up to 350 calories. So that's just only on your waist. So now if you're, trying to do some more tricks and flips and you're throwing it, you're doing the bend up, pick down, or eventually you just get lazy and use your feet for everything, but still, you can lose a lot of weight for it. So, it's the Strange Things Emporium saying happy hoopings, and we're super happy to have Karrie Blackburn from Kurrent Motion here. Alright, so we'll see you later.